Well, Shannon, as you know, it can be a long journey from the small stage to the great white way, but our next guests want to make it easier for up-and-coming playwrights from around the world. The Genesis Festival, which starts this weekend, invites Broadway hopefuls from around the globe to workshop their plays.
That's right. And here with the details about the festival is Sibu Siso Momba with the Crossroads Theater Company and New York Times best-selling author and playwright Donna Grant. Thank you both for being here today.
So how do we pronounce your name correctly?
He did quite well.
Good job, Shannon.
Sisu. Okay, Siso.
But call me Sibu.
Sibu is easier. Okay.
Okay, I like that. Okay.
Thank you.
So Sibu, over the years, the Genesis Festival has helped everyone from Ruby Dee to Ossie Davis to even George C. Wolfe, a master of the public theater.
Yes.
Talk to me about how the Genesis Festival began, its origins, its background, and how come we haven't heard about this in the mainstream?
It's interesting. So the Genesis Festival is part of the Crossroads Theater Company's season. Crossroads produces about 4 plays a year, and the Genesis Festival was started in 1998, in the 1988-89 season. Okay. It was a way, Crossroads was already working with a lot of new playwrights, some people who had been well established and some people who were just starting out. And the festival was the brainchild of Sidney Mahone and Ricardo Khan, and they wanted a way to give a platform to work that wasn't quite ready for the stage yet, that was still in that journey, as you know, from the page to the stage. And it was George C. Wolfe developed Spunk in that festival. Ruby Dee and Ossie Davis, who are associate artists at Crossroads, developed shows like Two Ha-Has and a Homeboy. And Anna Devere Smith was there. She developed one of her one-woman shows through the festival. And it's just an incredible, it used to be a week long and now it's a weekend. And maybe it's because it's in a small town in New Jersey. Maybe that's why people haven't heard about it.
And it sounds like it really gives artists an opportunity to craft their work and mold it based on immediate response from the small audience that's there, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's almost like you get inside the kitchen. Like you get inside the kitchen and see how the play is being created.
So walk us through exactly what happens. So does a playwright walk on stage with his or her work and then begin to read from it? And is there audience feedback? How does it work?
So what happens is that the playwrights submit plays through the year, and then we have 4 this year. So 4 are chosen. And some of them are from playwrights that we've already worked with, and some of the playwrights we've been wanting to work with, like Donna and Virginia, who have a book that they're adapting into a play. So what will happen is that they'll have actors cast as the characters that they've created. They will be assigned a director, and then it will be rehearsed during the day, but it's rehearsed so that it can be read as clearly as possible. So sometimes there's little bits of staging, but most of the festival is just the audience comes into the room and listens to the play. It's literally one of those things that we don't do much anymore.
It's a lost art.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
and
you're
then
taking away
there's
the moving set and everything and all the fancy
so all that
footwork
stuff
and
is not,
just
so we can just
focus.
hear the purity of the playwright's vision. And then the playwright's there, and then afterwards there's a discussion with the audience. There's immediate feedback, also, you know, the feedback that happens during and then the feedback after. And then we talk, they get to ask questions, we get to know why this play, why this story, why these characters. And then afterwards we have a little cheese and wine reception where further conversation can happen.
Fancy. I like it. Well, Donna, this must be a dream for you, because you're a writer, so the words mean everything.
Well, yeah, I'm a writer, and I'm also a longtime Crossroads viewer. And so I have watched August Wilson work on Jitney at Crossroads.
You're kidding.
So it is a wonderful space to work and to listen, and there are audience members who are very aware of the theater and offer you really good criticism or
honest, valuable feedback.
Absolutely.
Now, your play, let me get the right name, What Doesn't Kill You, will be read at the festival this weekend.
Yes.
But people know you primarily for best-selling books like Trying to Sleep in the Bed You Made.
Yes.
So what was the transition like for you from writing, books to writing for the stage?
It's actually a fairly natural transition for me. Really? I worked in theater long, long ago. I was with part of a theater company called Black Spectrum Theater that's still in Queens. And it was at that point that I realized that I'm better on the other side of the curtain. Give me a pencil, let the actors do what they do. And that's an important thing to realize. So this, in a lot of ways, feels like coming home. And it's been just great fun.
Well, talk to us about your play. What is it about, and what has this experience been like for you thus far?
What Doesn't Kill You is about a situation that a lot of people find themselves in right now. It's about a woman who loses her job after 25 years and has to figure out what happens next. And to go through all of the things that one goes through that they don't tell you about. It's not just finding another job, it's dealing with your self-esteem. A lot of us have self-esteem that's wrapped up in what it is that we do and have always done.
The grief, you know, some people mourn the loss of their job, the loss of the routine, the rhythm.
Exactly. And, you know, the money, yeah, that's a big factor. So T, who is the character, goes through these changes. And what she finds is that she's lost her job, but she finds a really valuable part of herself to move on through the next stage in her life.
Wow. Now, how excited are you to see your words come to life for the first time on the stage?
It's great because there's a voice that you carry with you in your head as you're writing. But you need to hear the words come at you from someplace else.
Exactly.
And you need the characters to be able to interact. That's why they call it a play. Play with each other.
So after
they
they give you, after you hear all this feedback, are you prepared to go back to the drawing board and start all over if you have to?
I'm
Get
certainly
this play perfect, or what?
I'm certainly prepared to listen to what I hear back. I mean, that's what the feedback is great for. But there are things that have come up that are very different from the novel. There's music that's come up. It's like I've found my inner songwriter, which was kind of amazing because the song and the melodies have bubbled up in a way that was just very organic. So there's been a lot of fun for me as a writer.
Growth.
Yeah, and it's always good to shake things up.
Now, is it true that Walter Mosley will also be participating?
Yes.
The Walter Mosley?
Yes. So one of the things we do, and it's exciting to hear Donna say that she's found music in the play. One of the things we do at Crossroads is do everything we can to support a writer's vision. You know, we don't want to tell you how to write your play. We just give you a space where you can play. And Walter Mosley has found that place incredible. And we've just produced one of his plays, White Lilies, together with a play called The Talk, which was in the Genesis Festival a year ago. And that was a 10-minute play a year ago, and now it's a 45-minute play by Franz Luz Benson.
You were kidding.
So it's just, and Walter Mosley's play this weekend is a brand new play, and I'm directing that on Saturday.
Watch out now.
Very honored. It's extraordinary. But because he's a novelist, and he's crossing mediums and writing and finding these new ways of telling stories, which is exciting to see somebody so accomplished experimenting like that. It's wonderful.
How do you even find these stories? And do you only go with people who have celebrity names or books already written?
No, we have Marshall Jones, who's the artistic director of Crossroads. Between him and some of the staff that we have, there's a lot of plays that we read and talk about them through the year.
Is there something you look for, a certain character?
It's usually a play that feels like it's aligned with the Crossroads mission, which
What's the mission?
A part of the mission is to to tell stories that are positive portrayals of people of color from around the world.
Okay.
That's a part of the mission. But also part of the mission is artistic excellence and to connect with the African diaspora. So the plays usually, the ones that are aligned with the mission, it's usually clear. But then there's also sometimes writers that the different directors who are associated with the theater want to work with. And so plays are picked, I think, Donna and Virginia's story was a novel and the story was so fascinating and theatrical. I remember when I first heard about it about almost a year ago, it was, wow, this would be wonderful on the stage. And they said, well, we are adapting it for the stage. And that was a conversation that began with Marshall Jones, and that's basically. And submissions, people submit plays.
Okay.
It's a lot of the time it's playwrights we haven't worked with. This festival in particular, it just so happens that we have playwrights who we have worked with before with new plays, and then playwrights who we knew in other capacities, because Donna and Virginia support Crossroads and have done various things at the theatre, so it's really
gone
wonderful.
from and so Donna, your work has gone from the stage, from the page to the stage, and now it may be going to the big screen as well.
Yeah.
Well,
is that
yes,
true?
Yes, we are working on producing another book of ours that's well known. It's called Trying to Sleep in the Bed You Made.
Okay.
And we have done the screenplay for that and worked with another screenwriter and have gotten involved in producing as well. So we are hoping to have that out there and ready for viewers everywhere. Get your popcorn.
All right. We're excited to hear what A-listers sign on to the project. And real quick before we go, where can people still go to get tickets right now for the
so
festival?
to get tickets, if they go to the Crossroads Theatre Company website, they'll get you don't even can buy tickets for Genesis through the website. That's only for our shows. But they can call a number that's on there, and I can give that number out now. 732-545-8100. I'm actually impressed that I know that.
And we can also go to crossroadstheatrecompany.org.
weekend.
Okay, that's what we'll head over to.
Thank you
For being here. Thank you for
Pleasure to be
coming
here.
to
Really
play
excited.
with us today.
Yeah, we're so thrilled. Thank you.
And you're watching Arise Entertainment 360.